Okay. So welcome everybody to Artful Prayer. It's November and I'm happy you're here. In case you don't know, we're at First Congregational United Church of Christ in Sarasota, and we're happy you're with us for this session. I did want to let you know that if you need supplies before we start the session, you'll need a piece of paper and either crayons or colored pencils or markers. Yep. And those are the things you will need. Session is recorded, and other sessions prior to this have been recorded. You can find them on YouTube if you find this interesting and want to view another session. I want to introduce Lindsey Huddleston, who's going to lead our session today. I'm going to ask her to introduce herself a little bit and to introduce her process, and then we'll start. Thanks, Lindsey.
Okay, thanks, Cindy. Well, I'm in the box that says I'm Wes Bixby, as you look at the screen. So it is November of 2023. And I'm really so glad to be able to do this session. I've wanted to do something for the month of Thanksgiving for a while, and this is what I'm going to offer. With respect and appreciation for our indigenous brothers and sisters' spiritual traditions, I offer the sacred wheel as our structure for prayer of Thanksgiving today. Now, I just want to say up front that really the time of Thanksgiving is not just for thankful prayer. We can offer to God any kind of prayer during Thanksgiving or for the Thanksgiving season. We can offer certainly gratitude. We can offer supplication. We can offer praise. We can offer lament in the context of Thanksgiving. The fact that we have a God to whom we can offer any kind of prayer is the context within which I offer this to you today. These descriptions that I'm going to give you of the sacred wheel are based on Lakota teachings, and they use images of the 4 seasons. So for those of us who are in Florida, you may find this a little different from what you're experiencing, but I put it in that context so that you understand why the 4 seasons are represented the way they are. So we're going to begin in the east, and I invite you to stand if you're able. Let's see, let me get back here. Donna, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we are beginning with east, and actually here at the church, east is in this direction. So we're already facing east. So Donna, are you facing east? Have you found east where you are?
Roughly, yes, roughly.
Okay,
yes.
that's good. Okay. You can always ask, where does the sun rise? And that's east. Now, of course, it does change through the season. However, it's basically in one direction. So this is the direction of birth, new beginnings, of children and youth. This is the direction from which the morning sun comes. Light dawns in the morning and spreads over the earth. This is the beginning of a new day. It is also the beginning of understanding, because the light helps us see things the way they really are. Light is inspirational. This is the season of spring. Now we're going to turn and face the south. And for us, the south is this way. So those of you at home, find your south facing. Because the summer sky is when the sun is at its highest, this direction stands for warmth and growing. The sun's rays are powerful in drawing life from the earth. It is said the life of all things comes from the south. We remember to love and feel compassion for all humankind. We walk our path with joy and love for self, for others, for all creation, and for the divine. Wakantanka, as divine is called in Lakota. This is the season of summer. And now we're going to turn and face the west. And for us, it's this way. But I'm going to keep facing this way so that I can make sure everyone can hear me. To the west, the sun sets and the day ends. For this season, west signifies endings. This is an opportunity to honor ancestors, goals, and achievements. This is a way to release, to let go. This is the season of fall. And now finally, let's turn and face the north, which for us is in this direction. North brings the cold, the harsh winds of the winter season. Now remember, this is the Lakota people, and my experience and time with them was in South Dakota, for which this really reflects. Harsh winds of the winter season. These winds are cleansing. They cause the leaves to fall and the earth to rest under a blanket of snow. To face these storms, one has learned patience and endurance. This direction stands for hardships and discomfort. North represents the trials people must endure and the cleansing they must undergo. But North also represents the wisdom gained through trials, gratitude for the learning, unity, health, and healing from grief and loss. All right, so I invite you now to sit back down at your comfort place. And I invite you to take a piece of paper and begin by drawing, I don't know if you can see this, probably not, but there's a circle on here. And you can use something like this box to draw a circle around or whatever works for you, or just freehand. This is not going to be judged, graded.
Could you hand me the box?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And so draw a circle in the middle of your page. And after you get your circle drawn, I invite you to divide it into four sections, 4 quadrants. And again, you can't see this, so that's hard. And make a kind of compass. Oh, good, thank you, Cindy, that's darker. So replicate the compass with north at the east, south, and west, one direction for each quadrant. And then under each direction. Right for under north, write winter. Under east, write spring. Under south, write summer. And under west, write fall. All right, everybody has that?
No, not
Good.
No, mine went blank all of a sudden.
South is summer.
Okay, with a S, S of summer, okay.
Yeah, and actually, that's east.
I had a problem with that one.
And that's west.
Okay. Challenged.
There you go. Good, and
Okay.
east is spring. And west is fall.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So what we're doing is we are using this template of the medicine wheel, the sacred wheel, to organize our thoughts for prayer. And I'd like to do it as follows. I'd like to begin in the east with spring. So just sit a moment and listen to what I have to say and begin to think about how this relates to your own life. Spring. What is something new that is at a beginning stage in your life? A relationship, an activity, a place of residence, a new responsibility, a personal change that you are considering. What is a source of light for you at this time? You can write words, names, places, draw images, or just do colors of an inspiration, clarity of a vision in the east on your medicine wheel. So take a few minutes and see what comes up for you.
Are these like the intentions for spring or?
It definitely could be an intention for spring. It could be something that you, and you don't have to think of it so much as in the spring. Spring is just an image of new beginnings and the light coming in. So, what is new for you?
The spring of your life or the
Yes,
spring?
yes. And these seasons happen simultaneously. It's not like they're chronological.
Mhm.
These are just symbols, not what season it's really in, because we're in fall going into winter, but we don't have snow coming.
Mhm.
This is all imagery, metaphor. Does that help?
Mhm.
Where do you feel light coming in? Or inspiration? All right. You can continue that later, but let's move on to summer. What is something in your life right now that gives you great joy, brings energy into your life, fills you with purpose and productivity, blesses you with overflowing love? What abundance are you experiencing? What melody or song do you feel called to sing? You can write words, names, places, or draw images, or just do colors in the south section of your medicine wheel. Okay, let's finish that up. And let's move to the west section of our prayer wheel. What are you eager to let go of or release? What has ended or is in the process of ending in your life? What burdens do you want to lay down? Who or what in your life do you honor with fond memories and appreciation as they are no longer in your life? You can write words, names, places, draw symbols, or just do colors in the western section of your sacred wheel. All right, and now let's move to our final season, our final direction, and this is north. And again, I described a South Dakota winter, and that's very physical, but we have psychological winters. We have emotional winters. We have relationship winters. We have career winters. There are all kinds of winters that come into our lives. So this is north, winter. What difficult storm are you going through, or have you emerged from? What healing do you seek, or have you received? What wisdom are you grateful for? You can write names, words, people, places, draw symbols, or just do colors for the west section of your sacred wheel. I mean, the north section, thank you. The north section, thank you.
I want to make sure I'm right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you. Now we have our 4 directions, and we have parts of our lives that we can look at and pray for. And as a very last step, I ask you to find a way to include yourself and your image of God in this picture. All right, is everyone finished? Great. Just a reminder, I said that any of these can happen simultaneously. We may be more in a season of winter than we are in a season of summer. But it doesn't mean that we don't have some summer or some south in our lives. So it's not rigid and it's not constant. It's an ebb and a flow. This is just a template, a way of looking at our prayers in a way that reflects the Native American, the indigenous people's spirituality. So would anyone like to share?
I'll go first.
Oh, good. Speak up so that Donna can hear you.
I think it's a good thing that you just said that, you know, we put this in quarters, but we are messy people, so we don't fit into quarters.
Exactly.
You know, the blocks of whatever, and you're not gonna fit. I even got mine confused again. I was doing fall up here with winter and whatsoever,
Yeah.
because mine are all,
Yeah.
they all mixed up, they all confabulated, and that's not even a word, but that's how I feel about them.
That's a good word.
That sounds like a wonderful word, confabulated, that's what it is. Because we started with spring, right? And, you know, in spring, it's easy just to go to the easy things to say about noticing nature and bubbles of joy, but I was just talking about how spring as the word spring, because it's new growth and little seedlings, and it comes after winter. And I remember those little purple crocuses that she knows what I'm talking about.
I know
When they peek up,
too,
yeah, that's
in
right.
Illinois.
That peek up through the snow, when the snow could be this high, but there'll still be those that yellow, little green, or
Yeah,
that purple.
yeah.
It's purple, and with a yellow thing in the middle of them, right, and the green leaves. You see those little things popping up, so you know that spring is coming. And so because we started with spring, I put that down there. But so it's like a seed is planted, because spring pops in and out of all the different cycles of your life. So a seed is planted. And so we plant, well, down here, do they plant in spring down here? Yeah, but spring is at a different time. You still plant in spring down here. So you plant in spring, and then you water it and watch it grow and guard it through all of the other seasons of the year. Now that's helping me to say that, because you can't solve all that by putting that seed in the ground and say that's spring and we're gonna wait for that to grow. And then you said with summer, you said waiting for energy, but see, I'm gonna go back to spring, because where I am in my life now with my husband passing, I still feel like I don't have any energy. That I don't have any energy. Like I just feel like I need to take a nap all the time, but you take a nap, but you don't feel better after the nap. So I put down like in summer, and everybody will be energetic till it gets too hot and stuff, but I'm still waiting in anticipation for energy to help pull some of the weeds up that's gonna grow with those seeds I planted back in the spring. And then and then when I'm still trying to do all that, fall rushes in, because you can see the changing of the leaves and the tip top of the trees up there, and that starts in August up in Ohio. You can see that the tree's gonna change, and September is coming, and the whole bit, and fall is coming. And so you see, I'm starting to see, because see that little seed grows, I'm starting to see myself in a new way. Also, I'm starting to write more than draw, right? Paint right now. And I can just let my hand go, and it'll just go and take off writing the same way I talked about taking off and painting. And the paintbrush would, do its own thing sometime. But so it's a never-ending process, because fall is gonna come, and then you gotta gather, and you're gonna reap what you sow when fall comes also. So you've sown, you've had joy in relationships and thinking back. So I spent a lot of time like looking back at how I took care of these seeds for them to grow. And when I think about, and there's a lot of laughter in there too, because I think about my husband and how he built a bird, and looking at nature, that's part of spring too though. But he decided he wanted a birdhouse in a tree in the back of our yard. And he's gonna build a birdhouse, but he ain't going out there and measure. He's not good with the hands-on tools and stuff and everything. So knowing Myron, what he does is he go get a neighbor who knows how to fix stuff in the garage. His name is Tony. He go there and tell Tony he want to build a birdhouse, and he should build one too or something. But what Tony built was a squirrel table, picnic table for squirrels. So, but he ended up building the birdhouse for Myron. He cut all the pieces. So Myron ends up supervising and delegating to Tony, and I come outside fussing the whole bit about Myron, you're not doing this. But they got the tree, they got it up there. Myron has his birdhouse. I put some appliques like on the out, it's a pink and green house, and I put appliques on it to decorate it, but no bird ever came. They came, but they didn't make a nest. But yesterday, when we were sitting out there, I'm talking about noticing nature more, because I've been walking more also, and watching the butterflies and all this stuff and everything, and the ducks. But then I heard a woodpecker, and Rodney told me he'd heard that woodpecker before. And this woodpecker, I watched him up the tree, and he bound down to the birdhouse, and he went inside. And a bird had never gone in that house to our knowledge before. So it's like I know that bird was talking to me right then. So to see the growth, and he had some kind of seeds. I thought maybe he had something inside he was feeding, because he stayed inside for a long time. I don't know what he was doing in there. But so that's the spring that's still going.
New beginnings.
Yeah, because this isn't spring for birds to be making nests even down here, is it? I don't know.
Who knows?
So I don't know, but it's all mixed up. So therefore, I'm finding that my new role, I have a new role I hadn't thought about, besides knowing that I have joined a new club, the Widows Club, but also that I am the head of the household.
Yeah.
That, with the, but I have the strength I am gaining, and I have used, and I have found strength that I didn't know that I had. And then people come into your lives, and I have to say this because Wes has been talking about about your mentoring and his early morning the things online that he does.
Meditations.
And I wondered where I would be right now if I had never come here and I had never met him. I mean, really, because no one had ever encouraged me the way, and I didn't want to start crying. No one had ever encouraged me the way that he has since he has been here. And you don't know how you did either. That first time when we did that Maundy Thursday thing, and he wanted me to paint the Last Supper, and I told him I don't know how to paint no heads or no table. Plus, I didn't want to do a bunch of men sitting around a table. You and Richard and Tosca. And I went and tried to do that. I couldn't, and I went and did what I did, but I didn't think it was finished. And Cindy assured me that it is done and that you've done good. And that it was perfect. And it's one of my favorite paintings to this day. Wes had it for so long, I've taken it back and it's hanging in my house now because it's one of my favorite paintings about it was done. And so whatever God has for us and whatever season we are in our lives, which we didn't plan, but there was a plan that we didn't know, that we stumbled over the vines and the branches and stuff, that it will all work out. And when we got to the part about God and us, I see God as a spirit. I see him as a spirit. I don't see him as a tall. This has been coming to me about this patriarchal figure that we think God is. That there's this man with this flowing white beard and this stern face and whatever. That's what we as humans and who wrote these books of the Bible and then want to have this. And I've never talked about patriarchy before and things like that. But I am really feeling that now, that was done for a whole lot of reasons, about keeping women in their place, because women didn't have a place, back in the old, they weren't counted, and the cute little girls and all that stuff and everything. And I know I'm going off and other people have to talk, but I'm thinking different thoughts in this coming winter of my life. That's what I want to say. So thank you, Lindsey and Donna, for being very good friends.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness.
Amen, sister. Preaching.
Wow.
Okay.
Do you have Kleenex? Do you need some?
I need a clean. I'll go to the bathroom and get one. I'll go.
Oh, you go?
You go.
Okay. Who else would like to share? We've
I'm
got
sorry.
some time left.
Though I do need to probably wrap the recording,
Okay.
just because,
For the timing?
yeah, Wes has a different group that's going to be signing in on Zoom.
That's right.
but we can still continue our sharing. And if you do this at home, really, really, you should be coming here to the Oasis Center.
In
So
person.
the sharing of this is just really so powerful. It's just really wonderful. So
Thanks to Sister Brenda for
really,
sharing.
really.
I'll
So the
share
rest-
as well, but you can
the
turn
rest
off
of us
the
share, but I'm going to go ahead and turn
recording.
off the recording.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Cindy.
So go ahead and share. Oops.
I've got mine, and I feel like I'm in the right order here to follow Brenda. I don't know if the sun has decided to come out. There we go. That, you see it. Okay.